Hey there. So, we're back again, and I'm Paulette with Gypsy Caravan, and Chinta,
Karen,
Gina,
Carol. So we're part of the Gypsy Caravan Dance Company International, and today we're going to talk about the joy of tribal belly dance. And I love tribal for the pure sake of dance. And I dance tribal because I can and because I have to. Right? You know what that feels like? Because you have to, right? Because it feels so good. And to me, it's so much about learning the dance as a dance, not as a performance mode, something to take to the stage later. And I think belly dance has that stigma sometimes of, oh yeah, take a couple classes and go out and perform it. Well, to me, the whole idea of tribal is just to come together to dance together, and we've been doing that for almost 30 years now, when we have parties in the backyard and we're dancing around the fire pit, or even just coming to class. I mean, every time you take a class and you dance together in your circle, it's empowering. It makes me feel beautiful. It makes me feel healthy. Makes me feel my body, the muscles in my body. What else?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a community. That was one of the main things that drew me to it. It was to just see all these women.
Predominantly women.
Predominantly women, that's right, because there's been several times where there's been men in there too, and they've been great too. The energy is fabulous. But yes, predominantly women, and just the community and the empowerment of dancing together. It didn't even occur to me, actually, in the beginning, even though I first saw a performance. This is what drew me to it. But it didn't even occur to me to perform.
Right, you were just taking a dance
class. I was
class.
taking dance classes and being a part of the community that then that happened around it.
Which was, at that point especially, I mean, back when Carol started dancing with me, we were still itty bitty. You know, it was before tribal took over the world. And Gypsy Caravan. All right, hey, so we're back again, and a little camera thing going on, but Gina was talking about the idea of the joy of the dance, and I think that was really, really profound before we got cut off.
So there's an importance to remember that this dance is about learning the joy of the dance and just dancing for the joy of it rather than performing, because performance, as you've said many times, is a totally different aspect of this dance. Your dance never has to go to a performance level. And I know that I've been in workshops with you where I've seen some dancers really stressing about putting on a performance. And they might be newer members where maybe their teacher wants them to put something on stage. And I always remind them, your dance does not have to go on stage.
Right. Not everybody is a performer, and it doesn't mean your dance has to be a performance-oriented dance either. In fact, I've had some people say they've done a performance and they never want to perform again because it ruins the dance for them. And so it's so important to get the dance in your body, to really be able to enjoy the dance for yourself, to feel it in your soul, in your spirit, in your core, in your gut, in your body, in your memory, so that you can dance it with heart and soul and passion, and then, which is usually years later, then you put it on the stage.
I would like to say something regarding performance, because a tribal belly dance with Gypsy Caravan's dance company, to me is something that I really enjoy and makes me be happy. And so as a dancer and as a performer, it's very important to me, because this gives me the taste of life. Really, this keeps me alive. It's something that can change my day. I mean, it makes me so happy, and it is totally different than when I'm performing, because I'm doing a performance to put on stage. The energy is completely different. The kind of the relationship with your body is different. So when you're just dancing, it's something really free. You get never nervous. I'm not anxious when I have to go on stage. I feel like I'm safe. I'm in a safe place. Nobody's judging me. Nobody is thinking what I look like. We're just dancing, and
I
this
think
is important.
that is a big part of tribal, I think, too, is the whole non-competitive
Yes.
aspect of it. It's really about, it takes everyone to make the circle, and everybody has a really important part in that circle. Everybody's important. Whether you're a beginning dancer or an advanced dancer, whatever those terms mean to you, everybody has a role, and everybody's important, just as in a community. I mean, there's that tribal aspect, right? There's the whole idea, well, hello, little girl. She's part of the tribe, too.
Yeah, sure.
Gracie.
I think that's part of the whole aspect of tribal. To me, even when I very first started developing this whole idea of the tribal dance, is what did the ancient tribes have? They came together as a community. They played music and danced together, and that was all they had. They didn't have television, they didn't have computers. You know, they'd come together, and everyone was important. The kids were important, the wise older folk were way important, and I think that's why we can dance all ages.
They didn't have Facebook. That was their social network.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone was important. Everyone had a role.
So I've been in your workshop as a student, and I've been in your workshop now. Sometimes when you teach that I assist you, I translate, and I so many times saw people that after the experience they cry because their joy that they feel it's so deep, and they say, I want more. I want more of this. Yesterday. We were dancing, and people said, I want more of this. Where can I find this?
Right, can we do this again tomorrow?
Yes.
Right.
One of the things that you touched on too about the non-competitiveness of it, it's really different, and even competing with yourself in a way. I think we do. You know, we criticize ourselves. It's one of the ways that we talk to ourselves and try and make ourselves better. But to come from, to learn to come from a more accepting place of yourself and growing from that place. It's not as though if you're not criticizing yourself, you're not going to grow. In fact, if you're not criticizing yourself, you wind up growing even more.
Oh, wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. Our society teaches us to negate ourselves so much. But, but then going back to the whole aspect of performance, I want all the students, all the dancers to just experience the joy of the dance, the sharing and the giving and the heart opening that it creates for you. Even if you're dancing by yourself. I mean, sometimes you're just at home dancing by yourself. And just to be in it, to be in your body, to be in the moment, to be in the music, to be in the dance, is so profound. I mean, what other word can you say? It's so powerful and so
Rich.
profound and rich and beautiful, and we're all here to take up space. We're all supposed to be here, and the dance is so much a part of that. And that to experience that before you even think about putting it on stage.
If I can say something, of course I don't live in USA, but I live in Italy, and of course tribal in Italy came much later than here, because it's really something very small. But in these years I saw, especially this year, I saw that the need of people who started with other kind of dances, and probably they are getting more and more interested into improvisational tribal, because they are looking for something like this. They want the joy of dancing just for dance sake, and not being on stage, and not just stressing on the aesthetic of what they are doing. So it's more being in the connection. So I see in the groups that are doing improvisational tribal, the girls after go out together, they go out for they have a drink together. So this doesn't happen in other kind of classes. So they are more on their own in other kind of dance classes. So I think this is very important, and I think us as a troupe, professional troupe, our mission also is also to teach people how to be good with themselves and how to share and how to dance all together with pleasure just for that.
Right. And there you have it. I think that pretty much sums that up.
I think so.
All right. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you again.